Hey guys, it's Derek Z, physical therapist. In today's video, I'll be talking about how to test yourself for a big rotator cuff tear. There is a variety of rotator cuff tears in terms of degrees of severity. So it goes from partial thickness tears, full thickness tears, and massive tears. Usually with full thickness tears and massive tears, those are the two that usually require surgery, or it's heavily considered if you want a good functional arm. A tear in the rotator cuff usually results in multiple things. So wear and tear, disuse, multiple steroid injections, and smoking. The more of these risk factors that you have, the more likely that you may have a tear, especially if there's injury or trauma associated with the shoulder. When you have a tear, you will most likely have pain in that shoulder, you will have difficulty sleeping at night or laying on that side, and most of the time, people tend to have difficulty lifting the arm up and overhead. I will go over 3 of the best tests based on research. Now these tests is most accurate for a full thickness rotator cuff tear. So meaning if all these 3 tests is positive for you, positive meaning it's painful or you're unable to perform the test, then surgery may be considered. I also did a video on what the rotator cuff is and why that is important for the shoulder, and I will link that in the description below for you. Now that we got all of that out of the way, I will get straight to the tests. Alright, so test number 1 is called painful arc. With the painful arc, what you're doing is you're taking the arm that's hurting, so in this case it's going to be the right shoulder. You're going to bring it up all the way as high as you can go. And if this is a positive test, is when you have pain within 60 to 120 degrees. So around here to here. Also, because these 3 tests is accurate for a full thickness tear, if you have a full thickness tear, this test will most likely be very difficult for you to do. Most people, when I see them in the clinic, when they do this test, it looks like this. They tend to compensate to bring your arm up. So if that is the case for you and it's very painful or you're unable to do this test, that is considered a positive test. So test number 2 is called drop arm. With this test, ideally you would like to have somebody help you out with this test. So the whole goal of this test is to bring your arm while your arm is relaxed. Help it up to about 90 degrees and see if you can let go and slowly lower the arm. If you're unable to do that, or there's pain, or a lot of times in the clinic, what it really looks like is when I help the patient's arm up and I let go, and it looks like that. If they just drop it like that, or it's extremely painful or extremely difficult for you to hold that arm up and lower it, then that is considered a positive test. So the last test is called the Infraspinatus test. With the Infraspinatus, that is one of the rotator cuffs that live in the back of the shoulder blade. So to activate the muscle, that's basically what it does. It rotates out like that. So to do the test, what you're trying to do is test the strength of the infraspinatus. So you want to go into what's called external rotation. This is called external rotation of the shoulder. So you're pushing out this way, but with your other hand, you're stopping that direction. So you're pulling in this way and you're going out this way. So when you do that, it looks like you're not really going anywhere. So at the end of the day, it's kind of like an isometric. So you're pushing out, and if there's pain with the shoulder, then that is considered a positive test. I hope all of these tests are negative for you. However, if they are all painful and they are all positive for you, please consider seeing a local physical therapist or an orthopedic physician so they can get an MRI on your shoulder and confirm whether there is a full thickness rotator cuff tear in your shoulder. That's it for this video. If you guys found this helpful, please consider liking or subscribing. If you have any questions, please leave in the comment section below. I'll see you guys in the next video. Thank you for watching.